Globally and locally, people are growing increasingly disconnected from their communities and the land around them. Recently, communities haven't been coming together to support each other, and participation in outdoor education programs is dying. The United Nations has seen this global decline and outlined Sustainable Development Goal number 15, Life on Land, to help promote sustainable use of terrestrial ecosystems and reverse degradation. Our group has also noticed this issue locally and wanted to support the UN's goal. We decided to focus our projects in Naples, desiring to bring the gap between communities and the environment through education and empowerment. We found organizations like the Empowerment Farm and Naples Preserve, which are all working together to connect citizens to the land around them and promote sustainability. Both of these organizations are urban centers for sustainability, community, and outdoor education, all helping citizens to sustainably contribute to a better future.
Myself, Nina, and Janelle work with Empowerment Farm, a nonprofit organization founded in 2022 by Tiffany Lehman and co-founder Ashley Eatbright. The nonprofit was inspired to give back to their community through their love of nature and passion for education, wanting to create a place where people from all walks of life could come together and reconnect with the earth, themselves, and people around them. Combined with a mission to cultivate a stronger community by planting seeds of empowerment, compassion, and sustainability through farm-based activities, aiming to educate the community to help them lead happy and healthy lives, and teach them about the benefits of sustainable agriculture through multiple workshops, off-site programs, and on-site programs, providing many interactive activities and tailored events, enabling them to educate people on sustainable agriculture and how to incorporate it into their lives.
During our time partnering at the Empowerment Farm, we planned, organized, and implemented a garden bed with the goal of promoting sustainable and therefore more beneficial growing of crops. To do so, we planted a variation of the Three Sisters crops, which included squash, beans, and sunflowers. The garden bed has been planted and continues to thrive. We were able to successfully begin growing and maintaining our crops at the Empowerment Farm. Not only did we plant the crops, but we hand-tilled the land and continued supporting them by weeding and mulching when needed. We also spent time educating visitors of all ages at the farm, helping them understand the importance of sustainable planting and crop rotation. Through our teaching, we helped them understand their role as empowered citizens to enact sustainable farming practices at home in an urban area. There were many challenges that we faced over the course of our project at the farm. Our main challenge was hand-tilling the land, which involved extensive manual labor and dedication. Maintenance of the land was simpler, though it was often exhausting. Another lesson we learned during our involvement was the timing of planting seeds. After seeing the plants progress, we realized it would have been more beneficial to stagger the planting of the seeds so they each have time to establish and grow. Overall, this project taught us an immense amount about sustainable planting and growing, as we learned not only which type of crops benefit each other and the soil, but how to maintain them in a sustainable way.
For the other half of the project, Audrey and I partnered with the Naples Preserve, a protected 9.5-acre scrub habitat with a boardwalk and visitor center in the middle of Naples. It hosts one of the last remaining patches of natural Florida scrub in the area, making it essential for native plants and wildlife, especially the threatened gopher tortoise.
Our community partner, Becky Spear, helps manage the preserve and works hard to protect native species and to educate the public. Through our partnership, we learned firsthand how community volunteers play a critical role in sustaining this environment. The main goal in this partnership was to help the Naples Preserve in its ongoing restoration of native habitat that is usually sustained by fires. However, fires are now locally mitigated, so the restoration had to be done by hand. On October 11th, we spent 4 hours working outdoors with Becky, using clippers to remove invasive and overgrown plants, cutting back the saw palmettos, raking and clearing debris, and overall opening the area. One of our biggest achievements was seeing the immediate visual improvement in the area that we worked on. The physical labor was very challenging, but the end result made it so worth it for us. The second part of our project was connecting local kids to the environment through hands-on learning. We did this by presenting an interactive talk about gopher tortoises to students from the River Park after-school program in Naples. We asked them questions and gave out an activity packet afterwards, following the nature walk and talk on the boardwalk. The kids were so engaged, and it truly felt like we were making a difference in their lives, all while helping protect the gopher tortoise.
Our work at the Naples Preserve directly connects to FGCU's civic engagement theme of active citizenship, sustainability, leadership, and community partnership. During our planning, we use skills like problem solving, critical thinking, and teamwork while coordinating events and restoration with our community partner. Additionally, active citizenship and sustainability played a role throughout this project, as we connected ourselves to the bigger picture through hands-on sustainable work during both restoration and education. Finally, Audrey and I both feel like we grew as leaders and active citizens throughout this project, as we now not only fully understand our cause, but we also know what roles we play in it and how to organize to support it.
Overall, our group feels like we have transformed our relationship to the land and sustainability, as well as our perspective on citizenship. Before this semester, our volunteering efforts were part of larger projects coordinated by others, and we never pictured ourselves spearheading our own projects and making impacts on the community in the ways we did. Now, we know what it takes to be an active citizen. We started with self-education on community issues and ended up performing manual labor outdoors. However, along the way, there was self-assessment, partner support, organization, and passion within each of us that grew our projects into something greater than ourselves. Overall, the Empowerment Farm Group learned the significance of food self-sustainability, and the Naples Preserve Group learned the significance of keystone species conservation. These two projects, though different in nature, both worked on preserving our most valuable resources and spreading the word of that importance to others. We hope that the work we put into our projects will positively impact the land and communities for years to come.